Welcome back to Worthington Model Railway and another delivery unboxing video. Last weekend, Hattons had a special on some Hornby locomotives, and I don't know, sometimes I probably just do things I shouldn't do, but they look like bargains. So there are 3 locomotives in the box. I haven't really opened it up yet, but we will see what's in there. Pulled out this from the box. There's a Hornby R3418, Class K1, BR Black, British Railways lettering, Hornby R3448, B17, Welbeck Abbey in BR Green with early emblem, and a Hornby R3633 7P rebuilt Patriot, BR Green with early emblem. So let me make sure that's what's actually in the box. As usual, well packaged. Each one is individually wrapped. So let me get these unwrapped. You don't need to be watching me do that, and then we'll look at the contents. So there we have the 3 locomotives. They're all DCC ready. I will be just fitting them initially with an 8-pin generic DC decoder, not a sound decoder. May add sound at some point, but just to run them for now, we'll do that. Pretty good deal on these. The prices were pretty amazing, so that's why I decided to go for it. I mean, I get 3 locomotives here for kind of the price we often pay for one, so that was one of the reasons why I jumped at the opportunity to be able to buy at this price. So we'll start with the B17 Welbeck Abbey, British Railways green with an early crest. There's the end of the box, and as always, you know, there's information on here about the locomotive. Let me zoom in a little bit and see if you can stop the video and maybe able to read some of that. Let me go back out again so I can unbox and look. This is from 2011 is the drawing date, so you know, obviously it's not latest, but I think it's probably the reason why the price was right. So let's open this up and take a look. As usual, we've got a fair bit of bag of stuff here that we can add. There's all sorts of things in there. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll have a look. Probably not going to add much of that because this is going to be running, and usually that stuff gets in the way. There's a fair bit of weight in there. Move the box out of the way. And we'll zoom in a little. And take a look at this locomotive. The detail is nice. Tender's very light, but the locomotive has a little bit of weight in it. A very nice cab detail, and quite a bit of detail on the locomotive, and separately fitted rails, and it's an impressive loco. Not quite sure what is going on here though. I think that might have been my fingers. Be careful sometimes. But, yeah, I think that was just my fingers have put a little bit of a mark on there. Let's see if we can wipe that off. Oh, Okay, I added a little bit of light, and yes, that mark was definitely from my fingers, so let me use a tissue to look at this and hold it up. So there's some very nice molded detail, and I am quite impressed with that locomotive. Looks like it has a sliding roof too, right there. And as I said earlier, the detail in the cab is pretty amazing. Let me get the light on that. So the detail in that cab is really, really nice. And the way that the lining's applied, everything else, very nice. So the second locomotive is the Patriot class rebuilt E Tootal Broadhurst, number 45534. Again, here's the blurb, and I'll zoom in a little bit. And if you want to, you can stop the video and read the blurb. This one is date drawn as 2007, so this one is also an older locomotive, but you know, again, price was right. I'll pull this out of the box. Again, we've got all sorts of parts in there. Interesting. A lot of interesting stuff. Grab the tissue here again. Nice, again, an opening roof. Very nicely detailed. Again, all around. Weight is flat. Even more weight on the body on this one. And again, a very nicely detailed cab. Hang on, let me get the light in there and zoom in a little. Not quite as much detail as the last one, but cab looks nice. Nicely separately fitted parts. Sprung buffers. Another very nice locomotive. And I'm just going to show you this detail here. You can zoom in a little there. Very nice. So what we have here is the British Railways 260 K1 class 62006 in British Railways line black. Look at the end of the box there. Again, it's DCC ready. Let's open this one up. This one does not want to come out of the box. Yeah, this one does not want to come out of the box for some... There we go. Boy, that was tight. Right. Take this one out. This is the bag of goodies we have with this one. Looks like a fair bit of stuff in there too. This looks to be similar, maybe not quite as detailed as a couple of the other two were, but still very nicely done all the same. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Some nice maker's marks and things there. It's obviously a simpler, much simpler locomotive. This one also has some nice cab features in it. Generally speaking, all excellent locos, and always love a bargain. Okay, well, let's go see how these run. As I say, I'm going to put a fairly generic DCC chip in them, and we'll stick them on the rolling road and see what they do. Hopefully the DCC fitting is fairly simple on this. Having just looked at the info, there's 2 screws here that I need to remove. The DCC socket is in the tender, so get these screws out, and hopefully the tender just lifts right off. Here we go. Turn this back up right there around. Here we go. Is the socket. Yeah. We have a Digitrax DH126P. It's a fairly generic, inexpensive DCC decoder, but it will do what I need to do to run this. Okay, so take that off. One thing I don't like about these is it does not tell you which way round they go. But I have a 50-50 chance of getting it right. At least one thing, there's plenty of room in this tender to get this in. So I just grabbed a piece of electrical tape to stick around these wires just to sort of keep this a little more easy to put back together. We'll slot the tender back in. There should be plenty of room for the chip there. One done. I'll do the other two. I'm not going to film doing the other two. Basically, it's exactly the same procedure. So, having programmed this DCC chip, here we go. Reverse direction. Okay, so I need to set some CVs in this chip because when I reverse direction it doesn't slow down, it just reverses direction. Do that in a little while. Okay, so this just needs to run in a little bit. Go forward and reverse. Bring it down to a stop. We'll try doing the famous Sam's train crawl. Yeah. Okay, so let's program this. The first thing I need to do is I need to go into my, this is using my NOS e-power cab. Use program track. And one for standard. It will read the CV. Give us a manufacturer, we select that. Code version, we select that. We'll leave the short address at 3. And we'll add an address of 5334. 5334. And activate that address. And remove, come out of setup. And let's see if the Loco runs. There we go. Change direction. Speed it up a little. And we'll try the crawl on this one. Doing a nice job on the famous Sam crawl. I'm referring to Sam's trains, of course. We have this one programmed. Let's see if it runs. Reverse direction. All three of these Locos seem to be running nicely. So I need to get them to run in for a bit, and then we'll put them on the layout and see how they pull.
As always, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help the channel. Subscribe with the button to the top right, another video to the top left.